Welcome back to State of the Union. I'm Jake Tapper. We're back with the former governor of Massachusetts, Democrat Deval Patrick, who's being talked about as a possible 2020 presidential candidate. Governor, you now work at Bain Capital's Double Impact Division, which focuses on social and environmental progress. Democratic Senators Cory Booker and Kirsten Gillibrand reportedly met with workers' rights groups this week about targeting major private equity firms such as Bain Capital. These workers are looking for new legislation that would force these firms like Bain to fund severance payments to employees who are laid off as a result of private equity investment. Do you think that's a good idea?
It might be. I'd want to look at that legislation. You know, circumstances are different. Not every deal works. Not every company succeeds. That happens in markets, and that's not always because of private equity. I think I don't know Senator Gillibrand, but I do know Senator Booker, and I know he's smart enough to understand that. I'm having a terrific time in this fund that we launched. It's a fund that invests in companies in order to drive social and environmental impact, and it's part of this impact investing industry or trend. One of my partners describes it as describes impact investing as the laboratory where capitalists work to reform capitalism, and I think we're doing a lot of good. And we're trying to demonstrate that you don't have to trade return for impact, and I think we're off to a terrific start.
Now, I know when Mitt Romney was attacked for his association with Bain Capital in 2012, I know you didn't personally criticize Bain back then, but given the way that the Democratic Party went after Bain during that race, and the way that Hillary Clinton faced so much criticism from the left for her speeches to Goldman Sachs in 2016, did you have any reservations at all about joining Bain after leaving the governor's mansion?
No. First of all, we don't have a mansion, but thank you for that. I understand your reference.
It's a metaphor.
Yeah, I know. No. You know, I have, excuse me, many longtime friends at Bain Capital, people I know to be highly honorable folks. Mitt Romney hasn't been there for decades now. I describe myself as a capitalist. I'm not a market fundamentalist. I don't think markets solve every problem just the right way. But I do believe in opportunity. I think we need an economy that is expanding and is expanding out, so it reaches people on the margins, not just up. So it's good for people who already have wealth and just want more. And I think there is a right way and a wrong way to do that. And I think impact investing is an incredibly interesting and exciting way to participate in growth capitalism. So no, I don't buy all that. But look, I've never taken a job where I've left my conscience at the door, and I haven't started now. So
you know that the Democratic Socialists are ascendant in your party, and there are a lot of people on the left who will have a natural skepticism about you if you choose to run, just because of everything you just said to me about your belief in capitalism. Does that concern you at all, about the fact that there are going to be so many people who are skeptical of you on the left if you choose to run?
Well, first of all, Jake, thank you, but don't interview me for 2020 yet. I'm not ready to be a candidate for 2020, but I'm used to skepticism. You know, I've been in I grew up on the south side of Chicago and have had an extraordinary experience living the American dream. And as a black man in lots of settings where I was not, quote, supposed to be, you got to know that I'm accustomed to skepticism. And I understand that a lot of people in a lot of settings have a bad habit of looking first at the cartoon of somebody. And I have trained myself to look past the cartoon and understand how I have to invite people to look past the first cartoon they see of me. And that's part of campaigning. Should I go there, is part of the experience I had in running for governor. I'd worked, as you know, I think you know, most of my life in the private sector before I ran for governor. I've only run for one thing. And I had some of that, I had to encounter some of that the first time around. As I said, I've never left my conscience at the door. I'm proud of my my record in business and in government, and so I just leave it at that.